Encircle all of Moscow on their above ground subway, Moscow's metro with a view. In this episode, welcome to EXPAT American. I am the EXPAT American, and we are going to go on this entire circle, which goes all around the city of Moscow, and see the whole thing in this one video today with a grumpy cameraman.
What's my deal? I'm cold, freezing. I'm Mr. Heatmeister.
All the way around Moscow.
No snow year-round is much better.
Check it out, Josiah. You can see one of Stalin's towers through the fog there.
Make snow illegal, yeah.
Looks like a little forest we're passing by here.
Put heaters in the ground, block out the snow with some kind of weather control. I don't care. Make it illegal. Get it gone. I don't want it.
What scheme? The map.
Oh, all right.
Are we going to finally see a scary place? A dirty place? I think it's light blue, Josiah. I don't think it's green enough to be teal.
This is light blue. We've got dark blue, we've got light blue. If you call this light blue too, what's going to happen? You're going to get confused.
You're smarter than me, I guess.
Of course.
All right, guys, here we are in Moscow, Russia. They have an extensive, famous metro system. And on top of that, they have this giant circle, which is part of the metro system. It's actually a commuter train, but it's connected to the system. We're gonna walk in right now and ride the whole thing. And your first question, you're already thinking, yes, you can use the same metro card. They call it a troika, and that'll get you in. So if you have an annual pass, this is part of the same system. You don't have to pay extra for it. And if you don't have an annual pass, you would pay the same ticket price to ride the regular metro. Before we jump on the train, because I'm not going to get off, I'm going to ride the whole thing with you and let you see the entire city. We also have vending machines outside, and we have phone chargers, and of course, advertisements. What world wouldn't be complete without advertisements?
Look, train video, sign. Tells you how long until the next train. It also tells you if it's stopping early. That way you can just skip the train if it's not going to your destination.
It also has benches, I see.
Yeah, benches, different ones, different types. I don't know if you mentioned that the trash is
No, I
separated.
didn't. Garbage, recycle bins.
Yeah, it's all nice. Anyway, this is ours.
So in this section, we're actually underground just for a little bit, just a little hill. And then we're gonna come out of this and we should be able to see all around Moscow. So I don't have to wear my coat because I'm gonna be inside the train for I don't know how long, an hour, 3 hours. Above my head here, it shows you the speed of the train. There are bathrooms on the train and you can walk from one end to the other inside. Is that MGU?
I'm not sure. It could be. We're
So
pretty close.
MGU is Moscow State University, I believe. It's also where my daughter goes to school, Aurora. This was originally a cargo line when Moscow was much smaller that went around the city transporting cargo. And then the city grew and they stopped using it. It was in disarray for, I don't know, decades. And when I believe the Olympics was going to come to town, the mayor of the city built it up and made it this cool new train, part of the metro system, because partly they wanted all the visitors that were coming from around the world to see the Olympics to see Moscow, and you can get a good view of Moscow right now. So I've wanted to do this for probably a year, because I've been here for almost 2 years. I'm thinking, wow, that's great. I want to do that. I want to see for myself how beautiful the city is that I'm living in now. So I'm real excited to see what I see as we take this journey. So Josiah, what's with the green glass now? How come I don't have a view?
It's covered in snow. Usually in summer, you get green light pouring through onto the station, but it's covered right now. It's a little dim.
So would this be to muffle the sound because people live nearby?
Maybe. I don't know. I've
Or
only been here
just
once.
to-
It just looks nice.
It looks nice?
When it's not covered in snow, yeah, you've got green light pouring onto the station.
Okay, cool. So you think it's aesthetic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This is Moscow City we're passing by. I've done a couple videos here. It's made to look like New York City, I believe, but of course it's much more beautiful because it's newer and shinier. And some people say it's actually London, not New York, that is modeled after.
A bit of a late apologies. Just noticed we're in what's called the quiet wagon. People get on this one in order to rest a little bit, get some time with their eyes closed. We're moving to a different wagon now where we don't have to be so quiet. Bikes.
For bikes?
Yep, this is the bike
Actually,
wagon.
let's go all the way to the end,
Sure.
since we're already on the move.
Well, in that case, we left the quiet wagon. This is the wagon for bikes. You see, they've got 2 bike things. I'm pretty sure there's another one on the other side of the quiet wagon.
So this one in particular is only where the bike racks are?
Yeah, so we've got bike racks. There's a wagon for being quiet, a wagon for bikes and scooters and all that. So here at the end, as well as on the other end, you've got a toilet and you've got a place for bags. The green seats, on the regular metro, they'll have an announcement saying, please give your seat up for people who are elderly, pregnant, injured, or disabled. They'll occasionally say that on the radio here too, but they've actually reserved the green seats, or you're supposed to reserve the green seats for people who are elderly, disabled, pregnant, or injured. And
Wow.
they've got little signs posted reminding you, hey, if the seat's green, let somebody who needs it have it.
So we have a quiet train, we have a bike train, we have a car that has luggage racks. Do we
And a
have
bathroom.
a car where you can leave your children so you have some peace and quiet for a while?
Maybe next year.
What about a pet car?
People bring their pets on here, even if I'm allergic, so.
So we will now, since we're already standing, walk all the way to the other end of the train and kind of get a good picture of this whole thing.
We've got the map here, double doors for crossing wagons. Now we gotta be quiet again, because it's the quiet wagon.
They actually call that a scheme, not a map, because a map is supposed to be accurate dimension-wise.
You're being pedantic.
Russians don't think so.
Yeah, well, I think so, and it's my thoughts that matter. Trash cans, got those everywhere. Joe pointed out earlier, you've got speed, but you've also got date, time, the upcoming station, if there's anything you need to remember, and sometimes it'll also show the temperature and the weather.
Wow. I can see the weather outside.
Yeah, it'll give you, okay, whatever. Racks for bags.
So it's a little bit shaky on the track right here, but until now, it's been a pretty smooth ride.
If you need help for any sort of reason, we've got buttons for that.
So how many stops is this, Josiah?
I am pretty sure 31, according to this map here. So as you can see,
It's not a map, it's a scheme.
according to the map here, you've got the regular metro, and connecting to it is the big line. As you see, there's 2 big circle lines. The one that we're on covers more of the north side and more of the southern central, whereas the other one covers the northern central as well as just the outer southern. We're on the northern one. It's older than the newer one, which is this one. And pretty much every stop connects to a line of the regular metro, one on each end. Not every stop, some of them, like the one we started on, well, no, I guess the one we started on is connected to Gray, but you have to walk a little bit. Most of them, they're just straight up connected. You take an escalator, maybe a set of stairs, and boom, you're on the regular metro. No extra cost either.
This, I just realized, is the end of a video trilogy because I see 3 metro circles on that scheme, and we have done the other 2. Or I have. You didn't do one of them. But go to our Rails playlist, guys, and you can see the smallest circle in the center, the brown line, Stalin's line. He helped, it was part of his vision, I think, to set that up. And then the brand new circle, I believe it's light blue. I did a video on that. And now we have this one. That's dark blue. In Russian, it's sini. This is light blue. In Russian, it's goloboy. So I guess you may have to call that teal. But
Yeah.
it's still, I think teal requires green and blue, and I only see blue.
And it looks a little green to me. I mean, I'm colorblind now.
Maybe. In case you didn't know, every line has its own color, which helps people, navigate and know where to go and know what line they're talking about. There's a mall. If you've never been to Moscow, you might wonder, is this a bad guy place? Is it a terrible place? Is it scary and gross and dangerous? I have not ridden this train all the way ever before. I've only done little pieces, so I don't know what we're going to see. And I'm just showing you everything. So to take a circle all the way around Moscow City and film it all, I think is a good way to really experiment and see what is Moscow like, and to know that you're not being tricked, and I'm not just showing you the cool parts that I want to show you. So Josiah, in brief, who are you?
Who am I? A poor university student trying to make his way through life, I guess. What do you want from me?
Are you from Spain?
No, I'm from Florida.
Okay, so that's what I mean. You're an American.
Yeah,
Okay, and you're here as a university student.
yeah.
Okay, so where have you been in the world that you can compare this to?
I've been on New York's subway system and DC's, I think. I can remember New York's being dirty and feeling claustrophobic, and it was dark. But it's been years since I've been there, and also I just generally don't like New York. Sorry, New Yorkers, I don't like New York City.
I have been living here for almost 2 years with my Russian wife and 5 children. And what I've noticed, because I have lived in Florida, California, and New York, is I'm living in a big city, and I would expect that since it's a big city, it would be kind of dirty and kind of dangerous. And what has shocked me in my time living here is it's not dirty hardly at all. It's not dangerous at all. I have never had any problems with people as far as crime or trouble on the street, and I almost never see dirty things. And I've said it in other videos that I've done, look around, and look around in this video too, and ask yourself, where are the scary people? Where are the scary places? Where are the dirty things? To be fair, the floor is a little bit wet because of all the snow, but there's absolutely zero bad smells.
You've got a little table here, kind of like what they have on planes as a dining car. A little strap, mostly for the seat cover, but you can also stick things in here just to hold it up. We didn't mention it earlier, but it has free internet if you connect to it. Also, just like any other form of public transportation, in case there's an emergency, there's different measures that they have. There's a little hammer to break glass. There's a ladder that you can throw down, because a lot of the stations are elevated, so it'll help get you to the ground faster.
I love the trees with the snow on the limbs. I'm not wearing my coat, but on occasion, like just now, when we stop and the doors open, there's this burst of wind. It gets a little bit cold.
I wore my coat.
So we got on at 11:05. It is a work day. We waited for rush hour traffic to go. So if you're trying to get an idea of how busy this train might be, we got on after rush hour. We are more than halfway, maybe 2/3 done, and it's almost 12 o'clock.
Every wagon will have one of these screens, or several of these screens. It shows the upcoming stations, how far away they are. The names are said in Russian, but in English, or well, Latin letters, I guess, in gray underneath. It'll also tell you what's connected to the next stop. For example, the next one is connected to a train station, not a metro station, as well as the nearby streets and nearby landmarks, like the RGD Arena. It also has, Wi-Fi, date, time, the name of the station, all that. It also shows little videos. They used to be advertisements like Mercedes or whatever, but now it just shows you things like, here's the train system, the metro system, here's how we built it, how nice it looks. Be nice to your fellow rider, give up the seats for people who need them, keep your bags below you, not on your back so you don't bump into anybody, that kind of stuff.
So it's government notices, because I
Yeah.
see like there's a post office
Exactly.
advertisement right there.
Yeah, they
as
replaced the
opposed to
regular ads.
commercial
Yeah.
advertisements.
Also important to note, Joe put his coat back on because he got cold. All right, I'm going to the bathroom. What are you doing?
You said you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah, without you.
Well, I thought it'd be a good chance to show
No,
the bathroom.
thank you.
Wow, some of these platforms are pretty high off the ground.
I said before, I've been here for almost 2 years with my Russian wife and children. If you're wondering who I am, my wife was homesick and we had 3 adult children and we wanted to put them in university cheaper, so that's why we came here. We also wanted a place that was really fostering traditional family values, and that's what Russia seems to be now. And I started this channel because there's a new Cold War, and I was afraid for my children and for just people around the world, normal people living their lives. I don't want there to be a Cold War. So that is the goal of this channel, is to show the West, because I'm an American currently living in Russia, what Russia really looks like.
When you're on the regular metro during rush hour, only rush hour, not really any other time, you kind of get packed in there, like really tight. You have to put your bag on the ground. You can't really move or you'll jostle people. It's a little annoying, but I mean, it is still a city and there's only so much space and people need to get places on time. There is a rush hour on the big line too, this one, but it's not as bad. Adjacent to every door, there's a little outlet next to the seats.
So far, it just looks like normal city everywhere we've been. Oh, there's the break glass hammer you talked about.
Along with instructions a little to the right.
No scary places, scary people, or dirty things.
The screen shows how long until you reach the stop that you want. We started at Verkhney Kotli, so we'll be completing our circle in about 10 minutes.
I like all the steam pipes I see around the city.
You like that? It feels like I'm living in a dystopian factory type thing. Just large concrete buildings with smoke pouring out of it.
I think it's very cool, industrial, like
No.
in a movie.
I don't like it. Sorry,
I thought you liked nerdy dystopian things.
To read about, maybe.
How long have you been living in this city?
Almost, or about 4.5 years now.
Looks like it's telling you how to get on and off the train.
Yeah, things to be careful about.
Like a little safety video.
I think at some point it shows like this part of the metro line lit up, like what it's connected to, the major stadiums and stuff.
We're almost done, and Josiah says he thinks the next stop is not pretty. Looks okay to me. I see Leroy Merlin, which is like their version of Home Depot.
Your side has the mall. My side has the abandoned lots, the broken walls, the graffiti. Come on. I'll scoot over.
Well, I mean, it just looks industrial and
I mean, it's looked
not used.
industrial for 4 years now.
So it's just an undeveloped part of the city.
I think it was developed a while ago, but they broke it down and just never really rebuilt it. I used to pass by it every day on my way to university, because this is the line that I would take. And I'd always think, I wonder what they're going to eventually do with this place.
Well, it's inside the city, so it'll certainly be used at some point. We get off at the next stop. We have done it almost an hour and a half. Just imagine, I mean, this is 54 rubles, right, Josiah?
Yeah, same as the rest of the metro.
So it's about 50 cents. And, you know, if you had the day off, nothing to do, you could just sit, just relax, nice, comfy seat, just look out the window and just see Moscow and just go around the whole city and just have a nice, relaxing time. So, for only 50 cents. This is the bridge that we filmed at the very beginning, right?
Yep, crossing it now.
The custom is you get off first and then people get on. For buildings too. What did you think of that? What did you think of this little adventure on the Moscow Metro commuter train? Circle the Moscow Metro with a view. Click like, subscribe, ring the bell notification, click the box to see what happens next, and we'll see you in the next video. Now I owe you lunch for doing this.
Yeah, let's get something spicy.
Spicy?
Yeah.
How about something Irish?
I'm fine with that too if there's beer.
Or Russian?
I prefer Irish.
Or German, perhaps?
Sausage?
You know, it's an international city. We can eat whatever we want.
Yeah, I want something spicy. Joe,
Yes?
I think you forgot your phone.
Oh, yeah. It's a witch's broom. You missed it. Stand a little bit closer.
Your pizza could use more sauce. KFC is nice.
Kudos to
So
Joe
that's-
for not sitting on the green. I thought he would have done it anyways.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
I like spaghetti carbonara.
Think of something funny and interesting to say.
I already did.
Is this the best metro system you've ever been on?
Seeing as I've only been on other metro systems during like a school trip, yeah. I will say I haven't heard of a better one.
Is it possible this is the best metro system in the world?
Yeah, it's possible.
Is it highly likely?
I haven't heard of anything better.
Is it probable?
I'm not gonna talk about things that I don't know about.
Are we getting close to 95%?
We're getting close to me being uncomfortable.